We knew that we wanted customer service to be a real anchor of who Frontpoint was. People buy alarm systems to protect important things in their lives, their homes, their families.
Our first real customer was Rich from upstate New York. He didn't know he was our first customer, and at one point along the process, he was like, "You guys have better customer service than Amazon." I'm talking to the CEO, I'm talking to the president, I'm talking to the COO. I mean, I'm getting just this amazing customer service. We weren't worried about how much he was paying us. We were just worried that he was going to have this fantastic experience with this company called Frontpoint. And then we hired our first employee, and the same mentality just made sense to apply to our employee base.
I went to undergrad at Georgetown. My big extracurricular was working at the student-run credit union that we had on campus. And that's actually where I met Aaron, my co-founder.
I knew that experience at the credit union would help me find a job on Wall Street, but in working at the credit union, I really found my passion for being an entrepreneur. I just had this passion for building things, for making things better, for creating things that didn't exist before.
At Goldman Sachs, the group I was focused on did investments in private companies, and that's actually how we got into the security industry. No one in our group knew anything about the industry. We found a consultant to be our tour guide, and that led us to Peter, who's our third founder. People seem to dislike their alarm companies, perhaps not as much as disliking their cable companies. The industry also was very focused on this traditional install model where you'd have a technician in a truck come out to the house for one of those really great 12 to 5 installation windows. And so everything we've done from day one has been self-install. Our first office was in the basement of Aaron's uncle's house in Georgetown.
We got to my uncle's house where we were going to work and where we were going to be roommates, and my uncle forgot one of the important details, which was leaving the right key.
So we call his uncle, who lives in Michigan, and he said, "Well, do what you have to do. Break a window, call a locksmith."
So we ended up breaking this little window, and then neighbor peers over the fence and says, "Guys, what are you doing over there?"
And we looked up and told him that we were his new neighbors and we had just moved to DC to start a home security company. That was our first experience breaking and entering into our own house.
We were working on everything from getting licensed in all 50 states to figuring out the product to finding office space. And we weren't prepared for going from 0 to like 200 customers in a couple of weeks. So there were these things that would just come out of nowhere, like, "Oh, we didn't see that coming." I'm calling our FedEx rep and I said, "We're going to operate in Canada, so we need to figure out how we're going to get overnight a package to a customer by 10:30 a.m. tomorrow in Saskatchewan."
I think the biggest things we learned in the beginning were really kind of some of the principles that would go into what would become the culture at Frontpoint. I think the idea that great service really matters, and the idea that we always would double down on doing what was right to keep customers happy. We had a milestone when we started that we really wanted to get to 1,000 customers a month signing up with Frontpoint. It was a special day when we hit that, and we were small enough that we could actually get the whole business on one call center floor. We got a bunch of champagne. We went up and shut down the phones for 15 minutes and all celebrated. Crossing that 1,000 a month milestone was special because we knew we had gotten to the point that we really thought this could go somewhere.
For me, that passion for the last 10 years has been around creating the best possible home security experience and home security product to help keep people safe and to give them a peace of mind.
My favorite wins are the feedback that customers send in almost every day. It's really special to see the impact that we're having in people's lives. They usually mention one of our employees and something they specifically did to really provide a great customer service experience. We set a goal of growing to 1 million customers and being a leader in what we call the security for a smart home by the end of 2021.
What gets me excited about the future is the ability to look at the smart home and the connected home and to think about the past for where we've come. We've focused a lot on security. The security piece of the connected home is where our offering started and where our offering is rooted in. And we've got this opportunity to really shape and define the landscape of what this broad home automation market will become. And that opportunity is here, and it's here now, and it's here today.